In Ho, disinfection has helped the government to fight COVID-19. That's according to the Deputy Savannah Regional Minister. Ghana observes Remembrance Day in Accra. That was yesterday. And the weekend downpour, 8 perish in Accra. NPP, NDC in bloody clash in Karaga. 7 injured, 1 arrested. On the back page of the Ghanaian Times, government commits $60 million to support private enterprises and over 122,000 household sanitary facilities constructed nationwide.
All right, so the Chronicle for this morning says, John 14:15, if you love me, you will keep my commandments. NPP bans health work rallies in compliance with COVID-19 safety protocols and urges other political parties to also do same. So they're discouraging their members from having, health works with lots of people coming in there and huge rallies because of COVID-19. I introduced free SHS in 2015. John Mahama claims. He says, well, the Constitution says progressively free, and that is exactly what he did. And so it cannot be said that he, John Mahama, would, ban scrap free SHS should he become president. And Akufo-Addo mourns fallen soldiers at Osu Cemetery. Back page, Mozambique fire warning to Cameroon, and Ghana-Sudan game to be played behind closed doors. And Madagascar to maintain 100% record as they host Ivory Coast. Cover proves major changes for African Cup of Nations.
Kojo, your favorite word on the front page of the Business Finder? Yes, after 74% of firms in the dark. Business Tracker survey shockingly reveals that when it comes to after 74% of firms are in the dark. COVID-19, World Bank supports Ghana with $130 million. Inflation drops to 10.1%. That's it for the Finder.
The Daily Statesman says NPP women commence 14-day fasting ahead of December 7 elections. So fasting. The NDC has been doing a 3-day fasting. The NPP says 14 days of fasting. And NPP is for all. Bawumia shoots down NDC propaganda. He's been in the northern part of the country, and he says, well, the core of the NPP is the Northern People's Party. And so if anybody tells you the NPP is for Southerners, that person is not telling you the truth. National Security meets NDC ahead of December 7 election, and Job 600 are next. Handed over to Parliament. The interesting thing, the executive chairman of the firm that actually handed it over, that's ADK Construction, was talking about maintenance. The fact that Parliament should ensure they maintain the facility so it doesn't go bad like we've seen in other parts of the country.
All right, on the back page of the Daily Guide, never say die, Hearts fans told. Ernest Thompson, who's the longest-serving board secretary of Accra Hearts of Oak, has appealed to fans of the club not to waver in their love and support for the club. Football chief quits over racist comments. Wales will take care of Bale. And Kotoko has handed the Brazilian the number 10 shirt. You remember that a few weeks ago we were told that Kotoko had signed on Fabio Gama. Apparently he's still chilling in Brazil. He's not here yet, but he's going to be wearing the number 10 shirt for Kotoko. I
hope it's not like the Brazilians that were brought in some years ago.
We'll find out.
Those ones that had said Kotoko went to the post office and said, some were Brazilians and your mumbra.
Yeah, but apparently this guy has been playing for a Swedish second-tier side, John Koppin Södra IF. I don't know what that means. So he's coming from some sort of football. Anyway, so we'll see how that goes.
John Koppin.
On the front page of the Daily Guide, NDC failed in Upper East. That's according to the Vice President.
A great nickname.
Pensioners happy with SNIT. I'm sure you will assign it to somebody very soon.
I'm just looking around to see.
Mahama sacks Amadou from NDC. National Security meets NDC gurus. A minister is warning that COVID... Daily Guide has spelled it COVID, C-O-I-D instead of COVID. Malam kills clients in hotel room and steals $10,000. That's it for the Daily Guide.
Well, the Daily Graphic says death traps uncovered underground chambers pose danger. And you can see a photograph here, the Daily Graphic, talking about, uncovered telecommunication chambers in parts of Accra that have exposed members of the public, particularly pedestrians, to danger. And we're told these underground cable access chambers have wide openings and are mostly found in the middle of pedestrian walkways, compromising the safety of the public. The Daily Graphic actually, did an earlier publication 2 years ago, and nothing has still been done about it. Still on the front page, government votes $60 million for Skills Development Fund. Now the Ghana Skills Development Fund, and God Determiner of Election Winner Santehene tells candidates. God does a lot of things for us, doesn't he? And also the back page, can Stars survive Sudan threat as Akono faces first test? And Hearts will be great again, board member. And this time around, the board member is Dr. Nyaho Tamaklu.
All right, my last paper is a new crusading guide, and it has as a banner headline, Shama Chief hails Akufo-Addo for building a prosperous nation.
I think that's Shama.
Shama Chief, okay. Halt mass campaign activities now, the NPP Greater Accra chairman has said to party activists. The Deputy Savannah Regional Minister says our methods of fighting COVID-19 are incomparable. I'm not sure about that. Resourcing ECG financially to deliver is competent leadership. That's according to Paul Chum. Very much. That's it for the new Crusading Guide.
Right. Oh, does that mean we're done with the
headlines?
Okay, let's do the online review. Brought to you by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle Good Energy. Goyle, of course, continues to do their thing across 400 stations and more all over the map. And you can buy fuel or lubricants from any of these places with your GH Link card because it'll be accepted. And that means you can keep track of all your expenditure on your monthly statements every time you go to Goyle. And that's not all you get from Goyle. They give you actual good energy. You know, that big smile on their face when they're serving you and when they're taking care of your every single need. It makes you want to just go back to visit. Have you ever felt like just going to hang out at your local filling station? Only Goyle can make you feel like that. And that's good energy. Goyle, Yenara Yenze. All right then. So get 50 gigabytes of data whenever you buy a Surfline device at any Surfline shop or retail outlet today. Surfline, Ghana's premier 4G LTE network, puts the whole world in your hands. The 50 gig offer gives you enough data to power your digital lifestyle for school, work, and virtual team meetings, all your streaming services, as well as sharing fun moments with family and friends. Their bundle offerings will give you the flexibility to choose between no expiry or never running out of data. So whether it's internet for your whole family, your school, your office, or yourself, Ghana's only true 4G network has got you covered with this 50 gigabyte offer. Walk into any of their shops or retail outlets in Accra, Tema, and Takoradi to buy a device and redeem 50 gigabytes of internet instantly for free. Surfline, it's about time.
Okay, I'm going straight into the online headlines. Your MyJoy Online, your blessing has guaranteed NDC's 2020 election victory. Mahama tells Otunfo, Indum's absence has not scarred PPP. He asked me to take charge. That's according to Bridget Jodbanuku, who's the party's flag bearer. City Newsroom, first phase of Pokwase interchange to be open to traffic in 3 weeks, and NPP's track record will bring us victory in Odododiodo. That's according to Neil Lante Bannerman. And on CNN, it continues. Biden prevented from getting messages from world leaders. Republican senator says he'll step in if Biden doesn't have access to intelligence briefings by Friday. And it just goes on and on and on. Trump is clearly sitting on the throne. I'm going to Twitter now. Our trends for this morning. In a second. Okay, there they are. The first thing, hashtag Wontumi Sports is trending at number 1. Royal Sports is trending at number 2. And then other stuff that's happening in the world is trending from number 3 going back. Football really featuring in the trends this morning.
No doubt. Everyone's thinking about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, this is what we're thinking about as well this morning.
So when she said that, I said, okay, well, I do not know, but I'll give her 200,000 Ghana cedis. Then she said, oh, 200,000 Ghana cedis is too small. Make it $100,000. I said, okay. Then I'll make it 500,000 round. He said, okay. How much are you giving to me also? I said, oh, I will give you 100,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, where is the money? I said, oh, I don't have the money. But I didn't know that I was coming to pay money. So I can give you check. He said, no, I don't want check. I want cash.
You will not believe your ears when you hear the story later. It's quite something. Manasseh Azure Awini's latest work. It's called The Returned Bribe. And essentially a government official has allegedly taken and then returned a bribe. What in the name of good green earth would make somebody return a bribe? Winston, like what could it be?
Well, lots of things, maybe 2-3 things, Kojo. The fact that, one, you didn't meet the amount that was asked for.
That's option one.
Option one. Option two, it could also be that there's the fear that you probably may blow it, and so let me just return it. And option three, maybe
blow it how?
Blow as in spend it, or
no, as
what?
in okay, blow the cover, as in go and tell people that
You might get caught.
Yes, And three, I didn't request for it, and somebody brought it to me, and as I say, I won't take it. Take it away.
So after receiving it, you then remember that you didn't ask for it,
and then,
and then you take it.
Take it away.
This one is hard. Manasseh, are we close?
Well,
in any of our guesses?
Close, but there are more.
There's
also the issue of the exchange rate.
That could be
a specific amount was requested in US dollars.
Right.
So the cedi equivalent
might not
of the bribe in dollars, the receiver had issues with it. There are actually two receivers. The one who did the negotiation wanted $100,000 for herself, and then $100,000 for another person. So the other person is, what we are told, said she didn't like it. It should be taken back. But the one who requested $100,000 for herself, obviously they met one day, the transaction was agreed, came back the following day and picked the money. So there was no way the instance that, well, maybe she didn't know about it or she didn't request it, cannot hold. But that is and there's also an angle that, okay, for my part, the agreement was that you would give me $100,000, but he ended up bringing 100,000 cedis.
So insufficient bribe is also a possible reason why somebody might return a bribe.
Agreed. If what the one who requested or took it is to be trusted, it was 200,000 US dollars. So $100,000 each for the two officials,
which is over 1 million cedis.
Yes.
Earlier I thought it was 500,000.
No,
but over 1 million Ghana cedis.
The giver said he thought it was $100,000 for the bigger official, and then 100,000 cedis
for the smaller official.
Yes. So there was also that disagreement strongly that we never at any point discussed 100,000 cedis. It was $100,000.
We'll be finding out who government official big and government official small are later on the show, and the details of this alarming story that Manasseh has uncovered. That's all to come. Right now, though, the BBC News follows these messages, and it's brought to you by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.